In this video, I deal with a heavy subject, 3.8 kilograms, open something, talk about cables, cable chaos. It's DADvinci time. So I get a lot of questions from you regarding the ALLPOWERS solar generators featured on this channel, as in which one I prefer or which one I would recommend. Some people like the long-term reliability and simplicity that comes with the 288 watt hour, and some people prefer the extra features and extra capacity with the 372 watt hour. So in this video, I'm going to do a comparison to show you the key elements based on what I get asked most. So here goes. So let's start with the first and most obvious thing, and that's the difference in size. So as you can see, the 372 watt hour is a lot more compact than the 288 watt hour here. Let's have a quick look round the end, and as you can see, the direct comparison within the sizes of these two units. And I'll just show you what the top looks like. So again, as a direct comparison, you can clearly see the difference in size of the overall box. One thing I'll mention and cover more in the charging element of it later is the fact the 288 watt hour actually has its AC charging on board, so you just have to plug a cable directly into this, so that's some of the space used up in this box here. So now let's have a look to see how much they weigh. Right, time for a direct weight comparison now. So I've got my scales here set to 0, and let's see what the 372 watt hour gives us. So that's coming in at 3,802 grams, which is 3.8 kilograms, almost on the nose, which is 8 pounds and about 6 ounces. So let's flip that back off. Let's get the 288 one. I'll just flick that back to grams. So let's stick the 288 watt hour on. And that is coming in at 4,699 grams, so 4.7 kilograms. Which is about 10 pounds and 5 ounces. So weight comparison done. Time to compare the outputs on these two boxes now. So let's start at the top. We have our two AC 220 volt outputs on the 288 watt hour. And we also have two, that one's covered up, on the 372 watt hour. We also have an additional two AC outputs on here as well for different plug styles. We have three DC 12 volt outputs on there, and there are two on the side of the 372 watt hour. We have four USB outputs on here and three on the 372 watt hour. We have a USB type C output here. That's not PD power delivery, but we do have a USB-C here that is a power delivery port. So let's flip this round. So we've got, let's flip them both round. So we have the 12 volt cigarette lighter output here. That's one there, and we have one there. And obviously this one also has an output in the fact that it can charge wireless. So that covers the outputs for these two boxes. Right, time to cover the charging of these boxes now. So let's start with the 288 watt hour. So as you can see here, we've got a solar input down here, which effectively this is a DC port. And this DC port can also be used to charge from your cigarette lighter in your car, providing it gives 12.6 volts or more. I always recommend that you make sure your car engine is on when you're charging devices like this, otherwise you might get a flat battery. To charge from the mains, it's an AC connection here, so it uses a figure 8 lead, which I'll cover and show later on in this video, but you don't need a power brick with this because it's incorporated within this unit. So for the 372 watt hour, we have a DC input here. So this is good for the mains brick that comes with this, and also for charging from your cigarette lighter, so you can plug straight into here. And here's your Anderson port here, which is basically a solar input only port. And there are issues with these, or characteristics should I say, and there is a video being suggested in the top corner to show a workaround I've found to make sure this works properly if you decide to get one of these. So let's turn it around, and there is another option available for charging this particular unit, which is one that's really good from charging from the mains, is this USB-C PD port here. It's not only for charging devices from So for example, if you have a phone that can accept higher charge rates as well as laptops, you can obviously charge from this unit, but you can also charge this unit using this from a power brick, which actually works really well. So that's an extra one that you can charge from on there. Right, time to mention the features you get on the 372 watt hour over and above what you get on the 288 watt hour. So the first one is wireless charging. The next one are the inbuilt lights here. So really handy for camping and such like. You also get the app to control this as well, so you can connect via Bluetooth. And the other way is the additional way to charge via the USB-C PD port here. So those are the sort of features you get over and above what you get on the 288 watt hour. So to charge up the 288 watt hour in various circumstances, you just need a few cables. So the first cable here is basically like just a standard DC to DC. So one goes in here and the other one goes in my foldable 60 watt solar charger. So that one covered. If you're going to charge via the mains, all you need is one of these cables. So it's effectively a figure 8 end to one end and just a standard UK plug socket, and that just literally plugs straight into the AC input. So that will then charge using the internal circuit on this. And obviously the other one you can use, which also goes into the solar charger, so we'll just pull that one out of the way, is your 12 volt cigarette lighter socket. So you just get one of these obviously to plug into your car, and then you've got a DC output here. That DC output goes in there, and then that would charge that. So this small mess here is what you need cable wise. Right, time to check out the cables you can use to charge this 372 watt hour. So let's begin with the standard power brick that it comes with. So a lot of cable there, so just a standard one. You've got the brick there, and then you've got the DC output which plugs straight into there. So that's number one. Let's leave that over there. So number two is, much like the 288 watt hour, is your cigarette lighter. So again, plug that into your car and then straight into the DC port there. Okay, the next one is to charge from a solar panel. So this is a DC to Anderson port. So this goes into your folding panel if you've got one like that. And then this just plugs straight into here. And that's that. So that's a way to charge using solar. And here's another way to charge using solar. So these are MC4 connectors. If you want to see how to do that, there's a video being suggested in the top corner right now. So this is MC4 connectors which can be connected to different kinds of solar panels to fold in, so the rigid ones. And then again, this one just literally plugs straight in here, and then that goes into your solar panel. So that's another one. And then the next one is, sorry about this, is your USB-C charging. So let's turn that around there. So one power brick. So this is a USB-C 65 watt PD power brick. One USB-C cable. So you literally plug that into there, plug that into the mains, and then you plug that into your USB-C PD port, and you can charge from there. So this may look like cable chaos, but you have got multiple options there to charge this device up. So I just wanted to cover how portable this setup could be, regardless of which solar generator you use, especially when combining it with something like this, which is our long-term winner 60 watt solar charger from ALLPOWERS. So I'm just going to get my backpack out and see if we can fit them both in and how much space you're left with. So here's one well-used and quite worn Samsonite backpack. So it's not that big, it's fairly standard size. Let's open it up. Okay, so I'm going to get the solar charger and then the 288 watt hour, get it in here and see whether it fits and how much space you've got left. Right, so the 288 watt hour fits right at the bottom. Look at that, it just fits straight in. Okay, it uses most of the bottom up, but that's fine. So let's just check the solar charger goes in as well. And again, this is a fairly standard size backpack, so nothing too large or small. And that fits nicely, and you've got all this room in here to fit other things. So let's see if it zips up. And look at that. So 288 watt hour, fits in perfectly to a standard size backpack. So as you would imagine, if the 288 watt hour fits, the 372 is going to be even better. So it is. There's actually plenty of room in there. I'm hoping you can see that. It's plenty of room, and so much so that the solar charger actually fits down the front. So you've actually got loads more room, so you can actually fit bottles or anything in there as well. And obviously all the room above this as well when you've done it up. So let's zip that up. And even better, there's so much room left in there. Look at that. So as you can see, both of them fit into a backpack, so are really portable for camping or any other trips or hikes you want to do. We hope you liked our video. All the links you'll need will be in the description below. Please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And stay tuned to DADvinci.